Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. This is the player ratings for Sheffield United 0, Everton 1. Everton second in the league, all good, another win, 12 out of 12 points. What more can you ask for? Don't forget to check the match reaction as well. Bit more detail about the game there, but I'm just going to talk about the player ratings today. So let's get into it. Jordan Pickford, I've given him a 7. He didn't have hardly anything to do today, but he has come out the game with a clean sheet. There was one moment where he tipped it over the bar. Looked like it was going to be a cross from, I don't know the player's name, I forgot. But it was an awkward one. It was an awkward one, but he dealt with it. Pushed it over the bar. Can't really ask for much more. Commanded his box alright when he had to. Kicking was decent. 7 out of 10. Another clean sheet for Jordan, which he weren't getting many of at the start of the season, was he? Let's be honest. Ben Godfrey, I've given him a 7 because mainly due to the fact that he is out of position. Thought he defended pretty well today, but there was a few times where he was just getting the ball on the halfway line instead of going forward, passing it back. That done me head in a little bit, but apart from that, he was pretty solid defensively. Went on another little run there and got took out. He always does one of them little runs every game, doesn't he? But I really like the lad. I think he's going to be a brilliant signing for us. Already has proved to be up to now. And I think he's got a bright future at this club. But, you know, he's an athlete, isn't he? But defended well, done his job from what he had to do, really. Defensive-wise, can't really complain too much. He isn't a full-back. At the end of the day, he's been asked to be a makeshift one. So I've given him a 7. Thought he done alright. Yerry Mina, I've given him an 8. Thought he was brilliant today, Yerry. I've always liked Yerry Mina. I think people have been unfair when they say he's like not very, I don't want to say Bambi on ice because they don't really say that, but looks awkward on the ball. I think he looks very, very controlled on the ball. I think he's one of the best players on the ball we've got. I always like the way he brings it out. He tries to bring the play up the pitch all the time. Defended really well today. Winning snide little free kicks at the end for us there. And I really like the fella. I think he's a good player, me. And I thought he played really, really well today. Yerry Mina was on the pitch longer than Keane. Played the full game, but I thought he was brilliant in that centre-half role today. Thought he was brilliant. So Yerry Mina gets an 8. Michael Keane, I've given him a 7. Pretty much like Mina, but I thought Mina was just a little bit better on the ball today because he likes to bring it out and stuff. But Keane done his job. Look, they didn't have much to do, the pair of them, let's be honest. But Keane probably just gets a little bit of a lower rating because he got brought off. But I just thought Yerry was a little bit better today, that's all. But Keane did get dragged off and done his job on the pitch. I've got no complaints from Michael Keane at all. I think it was Michael Keane who actually played the ball to Dom, actually, when Dom had a shot and just went wide. So that was a brilliant pass. So, yeah, Michael Keane gets a 7. Done well. Part of the clean sheet squad today. Mason Holgate, I've given him a 6. Now, he done alright, Mason, but there was a few times where he was just giving the ball away a little bit too much. I think that's his worst problem, to be honest. I think he does it quite a lot. I remember the first half of the Leicester game, he was giving the ball away all the time. But was it the Leicester game? I can't quite remember now. One of the most recent games, anyway. I think he just needs to work on his distribution a little bit. He weren't linking well with Iwobi much. But defensively, done a job again, and had to go to centre half halfway through the second half. Done a job there, so he gets a 6. Mainly just thought his passing let him down a little bit today, but he's a good player, Mason, and he done a job today. Done enough of a job today for us. Tom Davis, I've given him an 8, and I thought he was our best player today. Got dragged off for some weird reason. I was scratching my head with that one. Must have been a tactical thing because to get Gomez to give us a bit more attacking play, you know, further up the field. The substitutions did work at the end of the day because we've scored when the 3 subs were on the pitch. So can't really complain too much, but I just thought Tom was really, really good today. Every time he got the ball, he was looking forward, trying to find angles and, you know, trying to pass it forward all the time. And there was a lot of back passing today, but not much from Tom. There's nothing wrong with back passing, but you're never going to score doing that. And if you do it too much, it becomes too much of a normal thing throughout the game. But I always thought Tom was looking forward today. He hasn't quite got the passing ability of Alan, of course, but was asked to do a job today in Alan's role and done it. Won a few balls, looked neat and tidy on the ball. No complaints from me whatsoever. So I'm going to give Tom Davies an 8. I thought he was really good today. Decore, I'm going to give him a 7, but it's more pushing towards a 7.5. Second half, he was really, really good, Decore, for us. He gets about the pitch, doesn't he? He flies, he gets tackles in here and there. I just box to box, isn't he? But I think he's just better with better midfielders around him. But he did play well today. Decore was getting stuck in all the time, and he's starting to really play well for us lately. Decore, I think this is his best moment in his Everton career. These last few games, yeah, he had a good game in that midfield. I've seen a lot of people, replying to the man of the match shouts. And a lot of people are saying Decore, but there's so many different players coming up in the man of the match shout, so not everyone's going to disagree. Not everyone's going to agree with these ratings. I do get it, but Decore was pretty solid today. It's more of a 7.5 to be 7.5. He's getting pretty good today. Decore, thought he played really well. Just don't think he was as good as Tom, but there you go. Gylfi Sigurdsson, give him a 7. He done alright, Gylfi. I mean, he was sprinting around the pitch trying to win the ball all the time. I just wish he'd give Dom a few more chances, because he is playing just behind Dom. I wish he'd just find him a few times and thread him through. But he got the winner. Nearly scored in the first half as well. Put a shot just wide, a long range, one that Sigurdsson used to do all the time. We don't see them too often. Nearly went in, but he did get the winner for us. And I've given him a 7 because he done alright, Sigurdsson, done alright. There was moments in the game where he weren't really in it, but ultimately he's won us the game, hasn't he, with a nice finish. So, yeah. But I just forgot to mention about Decore as well. He did get an assist there. He did give Gylfi the goal with the assist. So, yeah. Gotta be a 7.5 with Decore, definitely. But Gylfi, give him a 7. Done alright. And won us the game. Iwobi have given him a 7 as well. There was a few times where he actually beat a few men there, and especially in the first half. I was just saying, pull the trigger, and I think he could have pulled it, to be honest, if he was quick enough. There was a few times though where I just wanted a bit more from him. He is on the wing, and I want him to start beating players, but a lot of the time, a bit like Godfrey, was going backwards all the time when he was on the halfway line. But he done alright. He done alright to Iwobi. Had a shot in the first half, nearly scored. Well, didn't nearly score. The keeper saved it comfortably, but I just want to see him do a bit more of that. It's not his fault he's cost that much, but you want a bit more from that price tag, don't you? But he was alright. He done alright to Iwobi. Again, like Decore, I think he's coming into his best sort of form for Everton at the moment, and he's playing well. So I've given him a 7. Andy Gordon, I've given him a 5. Probably, look, I'm not going to pick on him too much. The lad hasn't played in ages. He's a young lad. Just couldn't get into the game today, really. I mean, when he was on the ball, he didn't really do nothing wrong. He just couldn't get on the ball enough, and he got dragged off about 10 minutes into the second half there. I thought that was the right decision because we needed some creativity, and he just weren't in the game. So I give the young man a 5. I mean, it's he hasn't hardly played, has he? But I can't give him any higher because he wasn't really in the game, to be honest. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, give him a 7. Didn't have much to do today. I mean, he was feeding off scraps once again. I really want to give him some more chances. I wish this team would. But at the end of the day, we've just got to find a way of winning at this moment in time. It's not all going to be flair football and fluent football, is it? So Dom, but he did create his best chance. Sort of by himself, a long ball came over, I think it was from Michael Keane, chested it down. Well, not chested it down, chested in the air and volleyed it. Nearly scored. It would have been a wonder goal. Probably might have been goal of the month. It was a brilliant takedown and very unlucky with the effort. But he held the ball up well when he was involved. Never shies away from the ball, Dom. Never. You can tell the confidence coming off him. But again, wasn't in the game as much as he'd probably like to be. But when he gets better, more creative midfielders around, I'm sure he'll be banging them in every week again for us. But he gets a 7. Bernard, I've given him a 7 as well. I thought he'd come on and really play well. Bernard today, I mean, there was moments where he was out the game a little bit, but that pass to Decore just before the goal was a beautiful touch. And he looked quite strong actually on the ball sometimes. I thought Bernard today, he's just put his strength about a little bit, I thought, when he was trying to win the ball. Tried to take us up the pitch all the time. It was the right sub to bring him on today, I thought, because we needed a bit of creativity. And I thought Bernard done alright. Beat beating players here and there, done alright. I give him a 7. Coleman, I give him a 7 as well. Came on and give us a bit more down the right hand side. Nothing was really happening with Oldgate and Iwobi. Coleman come on, got up the pitch a little bit more for us and give us a bit of difference on that right hand side, and that was another good sub, I thought. Bit surprised when Keane come off, but at the end of the day he has played every game for us, I think, so probably wants to not give him the full 90 minutes, which is understandable, and save him for Man City. So in the end it is a good sub really, and Coleman gives us a little bit different there. And Gomez, I've given him a 6. Wasn't on the pitch very long, nearly won us a penalty at the end there. I don't know, you know, he was going down, but he did catch him, so yeah, but it looked like it might have been outside the box actually, but the referee didn't give it anyway. The referee was a disgrace all game. But there you go. Gomez thought there was a moment at the other end of the pitch where he just muscled that fella off the ball and ran up the pitch with it. I was like, go ahead. But he done alright, Gomez. Just waiting on the pitch long enough. But yeah, that is the player ratings. Don't forget to check out the match reaction as well. If you want me to give a man of the match, I'm going to go with Tom Davis. I know there's been a lot of conflicting replies on the Twitter page there when we asked for man of the match, and there's just been so many different players. But some people did say Davis, and I'm going to agree with that. Thought overall the best player on the pitch for us today, even though he did get dragged off with about 20 minutes to go. But I thought he didn't put a foot wrong today, Davis, really. Without doing a lot attacking, he was asked to do a job, and he'd done it. So I'm going to give my man of the match to Tom Davis. Thanks so much. Please comment what your ratings are. Do you agree with my ratings? Don't you agree? We'll try and get back to you. Please give this video a like, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much. See you later.